Hi there, welcome to live stream Yoga with Louise, tips and cues to keep you safe and strong on mat. Today's yoga class is all about calming down after a particularly hectic week. If you're in South Africa, it's been quite an emotional ride. If you're outside of South Africa, please send lots of healing love our way. Our country is literally bleeding in turmoil and strife right now. When you're moving on the mat today, don't rush your movements. I want you to look for quiet, calm grace on the mat. As always, play where you're comfortable, modify where you need to, ease your way into child pose and take a time out at any time should you need it. You ready? Let's kick off with some sun salutations. We're going to stand at the top end of the mat with your feet in a comfortable samasthiti, toes facing the front of your mat, tuck your tailbone under, pull your belly button in, and float your hands to prayer in front of your heart. Close your eyes for a minute, take your focus inward. Forget about everything that's happening around you, and for the next 45 minutes, just take your focus inward. Look for healing, look for calm. Gently flutter open the eyes, keep them soft and unfocused. Take a big breath in and float your hands overhead, giving me a slight arc through the spine and bumping your hips forward. On an exhale, fold forward to gently place your hands on the mat if you can and step your way back into a plank line. Pause in the plank, look for that strength, look for that grace. Then drop your knees and your shins to the mat. Modify your chaturanga by bending your elbows and coming down slowly towards the mat, finding your way into the belly, and then peeling up softly through the ribs, bottom ribs still connected to the mat, dropping the shoulders away from your ears as you find a graceful cobra line. Stay here or morph into an up dog by pushing onto the palms and the bridges of your feet, strong through the core, strong through the legs, strong through the shoulders. Morph into a down dog by piking your bum up to the ceiling, stretching the tops of your toes for a second before tucking the toes under, and then just taking your dog for a graceful walk as you pedal out through the legs. Keep your breathing slow, long, and lengthened. Step up your right leg and then your left, trying to stack underneath the hips. Ragdoll style, peel up and come back to your start position with your hands in prayer. Big breath in, take a gentle back bend. Exhale and fold forward. Step back into plank. Relax the knees and the shins. Bend your elbows, hug them in towards your ribs and come down slowly with control onto the belly. Flowing into your cobra line. And then transitioning gracefully into your up dog. Look for that strength, look for that control. Pike your bum up to the ceiling, stretch the tops of your toes first before tucking under and walking out your dog. Keep your bum piked up nice and high and the crown heavy towards the floor. Step up your left leg and then your right, ragdoll style, peel up to find your way back to heart center. Big breath in, take a gentle back bend. Exhale and fold forward. Step back into your plank line. Pause before relaxing the knees, the shins, and the bridges of your feet. Chaturanga down with control, easing your way onto the belly, sliding gracefully into your cobra, and then lengthening that line into an up dog. Pike your bum up to the ceiling, tuck your toes under, walk out your dog. Step up the legs one at a time, stacking underneath the hips to find your way back to heart center. Pause here for a few breaths and then open up your feet just a little bit wider than hip width distance apart. We're going to come into a little hastasana. You're going to float both of your hands overhead, fingertips reaching long and lengthened for the ceiling, and just pause here for a few breaths. Really trying to stretch out of the hip bones, but not shrugging the shoulders towards your ears. Soften the collarbones away from your ears. Then on an exhale, come down into a tabletop line, trying to keep your head framed between the two arms. Reach long and lengthen through the fingertips and try to find that perfect balance between the balls and the heels of your feet. Inhale and bring it back up, looking for length, reaching for the sun. On an exhale, fold forward into table. Look for that perfect balance between the balls and the heels of your feet. Then fold it forward, trying to bring it as far down to the mat as you can, preferably palms on the mat, or maybe bracing against your shin bones or the top of your thighs if the floor is not accessible to you today. Make your crown nice and heavy and try to keep the whole foot connected to the mat, but put more weight into the balls of your feet. Inhale, halfway lift with just the fingertips touching the mat, or perhaps hanging from a tabletop line with your fingertips long and lengthened towards the floor. Exhale to fold forward once more, making your crown nice and heavy, trying to bring the weight forward into the balls of your feet. Inhale, halfway lift. Look for length through the spine. Then on your next forward fold, step back into a strong plank line with your hands stacking underneath your shoulders and your feet about hip-width distance apart. Look for that strength through the spine. And then step your right leg to the outside of your right hand and take a soft twist to the right. Think T-frame through the arms, lengthening through that top arm. Ease your way back to your plank line and repeat on the left, stepping wide to the outside of the left hand and then rotating, running a broomstick from the top hand to the bottom hand and looking for that beautiful long line through the arms. One more time to each side. Find your plank first and then gracefully stepping up, taking a soft rotational twist, looking for quiet, calm control as you move and transition. Ease your way back to plank and step it up on the left. Every time trying to drop maybe a little bit lower through the groin and open up just a little bit more through the hips. Ease your way into plank one more time. Step up on the right. Find your soft rotational twist, reaching long and lengthened. And then as you ease your way back into your plank line, you're going to transition into a pigeon line. Tuck the right leg in, knee and the ankle either in line with each other or tucking the heel in closer towards the perineum. Your knee is in line with your hip or slightly wider. Relax the lead leg, relax the back, knee and shin. Slide, walk or creep the back leg away. And just at first, maybe connect your fingertips to the mat and square up through the shoulders and the hips. If you feel really uncomfortable in this pose, you can take a block and wedge it underneath your bum on the right. Ease your way softly down onto the forearms. Think Sphinx. And as you come into position, watch that you're not collapsing your frame. Softly push off the forearms, looking for length through the spine. Keep your gaze just off the front of your mat and your spine as long and lengthened as you can comfortably manage. Then let's begin playing. Take your left arm, float it in so that it's parallel to the front of your mat. Take a big breath in and rotate softly to the right, finding that half T-frame through the top arm. Either stay here looking for length through that top arm or focus on your extended back leg. Bend the knee and point the toe softly up to the ceiling, reaching back to hold onto that foot if you can. Then start softly hugging the foot in towards your bum line. To be able to bring that foot in, don't tense your back leg. Think of softening the glute, the quad, and the hamstring as you hug in. Keep your belly button softly pulled in to center. Then softly unbind. Find your way back onto the forearms and then the palms. Ease your way into a 4-point kneeling frame on the mat as we come to Cat-Cow Chakravakasana. Inhale to give me a nice hollow shape through the spine, taking your chin and your bum bones to the ceiling. On an exhale, round out in cat, stretching into the shoulders and the lower back. Then start oscillating dynamically between the two, not rocking your weight forwards and backwards, looking for stillness and just playing with that shape in your bag. If your practice is more advanced, you're going to start using your bandhas or your locks. As you round out in cat, pull up the pelvic floor, the Mula Bandha, squeeze in the diaphragm, the Uddiyana Bandha, and apply the chin lock, the Jalandhara Bandha, effectively trapping the air in your torso and pausing there for a few beats without taking any air in. When you're ready to release, unlock first the chin, then the diaphragm, then the pelvic floor. Find a steady rhythm of your own, thinking of locking that air into the trunk, so you're going to be holding the cat shape a little bit longer than the cow, looking for that locked in control. Maybe giving me a nice Ujjayi exhalation as you round up. Ease your way from here back into table and keep your feet soft and relaxed in parallel behind you. Push back into a soft child line, extending the arms long and lengthened in front, but keeping those feet softly tracking in parallel. Come through a 4-point kneeling frame, rounding out your back in cat, and then bump the weight forward in your hips and over your wrists as you come into a strong kneeling up dog, drawing up along the inner thighs and the lower abs. Exhale to sit back into your modified child. As you come up through 4-point kneeling, rounding out through the spine, almost in a wave-like motion, bumping the weight forward over the wrists as you come into your strong kneeling frame. Don't collapse through the shoulders, so push strongly away. Look for that strength, that grace. Exhale to sit back. One more time. Round it out as you come through 4-point kneeling. Look for that draw up along the inner thighs and that strong pull up from the pelvic floor towards your breast line as you come into the forward lean. Ease your way back into child. Connecting your forehead softly to the floor, pushing through your hands and sinking your bum bones back towards your heels. Then come through 4-point kneeling and step your right leg wide to the outside of the right hand, allowing the foot to softly splay out at 45 and just leaning your chin forward as if you were trying to hook it over the edge of your mat, keeping your belly button softly pulled in to center. Kick it back in child. Take a couple of soft recovery breaths. And then replicate on the left, stepping wide, keeping the whole foot connected to the mat at this stage, but the foot softly splayed out and just focusing on leaning forward, opening up beautifully through the groin and keeping your belly button softly pulled in to center. Exhale to push back in child. Step it wide on the right. Keep your belly button softly pulled into center. And then step it up on the left by tucking your back toe under, bringing the knee up off the floor and coming into a low squat with your feet softly flared out. Bend the elbows, almost finding a cactus frame, and anchor your elbows into the inside of your knees, pushing back and opening up through the groin with your fingertips long and lengthened, looking towards the front of the room. If coming into a low squat is not for you, find a midway squat position, maybe just bending the arms or maybe using your fingertips to push open the inside of the legs. Play where you're comfortable. If you're low in your deep squat, Malasana, drop the bum bones down towards the floor. Look for that grounding. Look for that length through the spine. Then drop your fingertips long and lengthened towards the floor and heel toe your feet in as you come back to your standing position, to run through your sun salutations and repeat the sequence on the other side. Find prayer mudra in front of your heart and square up your feet underneath your hip bones. Take a big breath in and take a little back bend. Exhale and fold forward. Step back into a plank. Look for that quiet control before dropping to the knees, bending through the elbows, hugging them in towards your ribs and coming down with slow control. Finding your way into the belly and bleeding into your cobra, hugging the elbows in and dropping the shoulders away from the ears. Then push off the palms and the bridges of your feet and find your up dog. Pike your bum up to the ceiling, stretching the top of your toes before tucking under and holding your down dog this time if you can. Looking for quiet strength as you stretch the front and the back chain of your body. Step up the right leg and then the left, trying to stack underneath the hips, ragdoll style, peeling up to find your way back to heart center. Big breath in, take a gentle back bend. Exhale to fold forward. Step back into your plank line. Find your control first, then release to the knees and the shins. Bend the elbows, but keep coming down with slow control, loading into the arms, easing your way onto the belly, and flowing into your cobra. Bleed seamlessly into your up dog. Look for that control through the core and transition into your down dog. Holding the frame steady, trying to connect the whole foot to the floor if you can, so bearing down through the heels. Step it up and peel back up along the center line. Big breath in, take a gentle back bend. Exhale to fold forward. Step back into your plank line. Drop to the knees. Chaturanga down, leading into your cobra. Transition to your up dog. Pike your bum up and find your down dog. Hold steady. Stretch the front and the back chain. Step it up. Let's do one more round. Big breath in, take a gentle back bend and fold forward before stepping back into your plank. Relax the knees and the shins. Bend the elbows, bring it down with control, setting up your cobra, Bhujangasana, before transitioning into your up dog, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Transition to your down dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Hold steady. Look for grace, look for control. Step up one leg at a time, stacking underneath the hips. Ease your way back to heart center. Maybe opening up the feet just a little bit wider. Big breath in and float your hands overhead in Hastasana. Think of piercing the sun with your fingertips. On an exhale, fold forward in table, trying to frame the ears on either side and looking for that perfect balance between the balls and the heels of the feet so that you can feel your inner thighs are committed. Float back up into your standing frame, reaching long and lengthened, but softening and melting the collarbones away from your ears. Belly button firmly pulled into center. Fold it forward, find your table line. Softly come into a full forward fold, Uttanasana, trying to connect your palms to the mat. Keep the whole foot on either side connected to the mat, but try to bring more of the weight bearing into the balls of your feet so that you can really feel that stretch up the back chain of your legs. Inhale, halfway lift, trying to lengthen through the spine. Exhale to fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. As you fold forward, step it back into a plank line. Look for that control. Strong through the shoulders, body as parallel to the mat as you can manage. Step it wide to the left and take a soft rotational twist, opening up the arms and thinking of running a broomstick from the top hand to the bottom hand. Ease your way back into plank and repeat on the right, stepping wide and then taking a soft rotational twist. The whole time moving with quiet, calm strength. Repeat once more to each side, stepping wide and finding that flowing grace. Reaching long and lengthened through the arms. Ease your way into plank. Step it up. Come back to your plank line and give me one more rotational twist on the left to set up your pigeon line. Ekapada Rayaka Potasana. As you ease your way back to your plank line, start tucking the left leg in, lining up the heel and the ankle or tucking in closer to the perineum. Find the angle on the lead leg that works for you. Relax it to the mat. Release the back knee and foot. Slide, walk, or creep the leg away. And then just find your inner gyroscope, wiggle around and square up through the shoulders and the hips. Once you're good to go, ease your way down onto the forearms, thinking Sphinx, not collapsing towards the mat, but rather softly pushing off the forearms and looking for that length through the spine, keeping your gaze softly just in front of your fingertip line. Keep the weight bearing equal on both sides of your spine. Take a big breath in and float the right arm in so that it's parallel to the front of the mat, and take a soft rotational twist to the left. Either staying here, just reaching long and lengthened through your top arm, or bend that back leg, reach back for your foot, soften that whole back limb. Think soft glute, soft hamstring, soft quad as you softly try to tuck the heel in towards your bottom. Keep your belly button softly pulled in to center. Relax the leg and ease your way into a 4-point kneeling frame, finding cat-cow, Chakravakrasana. Inhale to prepare, exhale to round up. Once you've got your rhythm going, start using your bandhas or your locks. As you round up, pull up the pelvic floor, squeeze in the diaphragm, apply your chin lock, trap that air in your torso, effectively drawing all the nutrition you can out of that breath before taking a new breath in as you flow into cow. Find a steady rhythm of your own, playing with a breath ratio of about 1 to 2, inhalation to exhalation ratio. Ease your way back into a neutral tabletop line. Keep your feet soft and relaxed in parallel as you push back into an extended child. And just take a little stretch here, softly connecting your forehead to the mat, keeping the arms long and lengthened in front. Come through 4-point kneeling, rounding out through your spine in a cat-like wave to bump the hips forward, strong through the shoulders and the core as you find your kneeling up dog. Exhale to sit back into child balasana. Round out, find your cat as you come through 4-point kneeling. Lean forward over the wrists with strength. Let's do that one more time. Find a beautiful, graceful flow. Tap into your own rhythm. Ease your way back into child pose, and then we'll start stepping into that dynamic lizard, Uttan Pristhasana. The next time you come through 4-point kneeling, step wide to the outside of the left hand, allowing the foot to softly splay out, but keeping the foot grounded today. So anchoring through the big toe, the baby toe, and the heel, and just trying to lean forward over your wrists, strengthening into the arms and opening up through the groin. Push back into child. Just keep a soft parallel line, or you can touch the big toes together behind your back if you prefer. Come through 4-point kneeling and step it wide on the right. Keep that foot softly splayed out at 45. Look for that work through the inner thighs and the groin. Keep your belly button softly pulled in. Kick it back in child. Step wide on the left. Take a few calm breaths here. And then use your step up to ease your way into Malasana deep squat. Tuck the back toe under, bring the knee up off the floor and step wide to the outside of the right hand, coming into your deep squat line, bending the elbows, anchoring the elbows on the inside of the knees and actively pushing with the elbows as you reach long and lengthened through your fingertips. Keep your gaze steady on the wall in front of you. Then trying to keep the hands where they are or placing them on the mat behind you. If you need a little bit of support, you're going to rock back and forwards, easing your way into easy sit. Rock onto the bum, rock forward, tuck the legs one in front of the other, preferably right in front of left. Come into a high Sukhasana, easy sit, and just place your hands palms down on the knees. Maybe close your eyes for a second or two and just look for that anchoring through the bum bones. Check that they're both weighted on the mat and keep them equally weighted as we play with this little seated sequence. Drop the elbows and the shoulders away from your ears. Take a big breath in and on an exhale, twist to the right, hooking the back of your left palm on the outside of your right knee as you come into a gentle twist, using the right fingertips on the floor behind you to lengthen through the spine. Try not to lean back and to lock out the arms. So just give me soft fingertips and focus on lengthening through the spine while keeping the weight bearing equal on your bum bones. Inhale and gently come back to forward. Extend the right leg out in front of you and place the sole of the left foot on the inside of the right leg. Take a big breath in, and if you can, you're going to run your right hand to the inside arc of your foot, and then you're going to overlay the left arm on top of it as you come to a soft forward fold, thinking head to knee, allowing the elbows to softly splay out to the side of the room as you fold forward. If coming low to the mat is not for you and you can't reach for your feet, maybe using a belt or a strap to hook around the feet, or maybe just softly finding a hand over hand brace on your shin or the top of your thighs, or maybe just dropping your palms or your fingertips to the mat either side of your lead leg. Wherever you decide to play, close your eyes, take your focus in, make your crown heavy, make your chest heavy, and relax your knee joint. Quiet, calm, long, and even breaths. Peel softly up along the center line. Keep your right leg long and lengthened. Bend the left leg and allow the knee to look up towards the ceiling. Cross over the midline of the body, cupping opposite hand to leg. Hug that knee and that thigh into your chest as you softly brace your supportive hand on the mat behind you. Keep bracing softly into the heel of your supportive leg and hold your soft mariachi twist, hugging that knee in towards your chest. Either stay here or work your twist in the opposite direction by rotating in the opposite direction and hooking the back of your tricep to the inside of your left knee, pushing with the arm and squeezing in with the knee as you place your right fingertips on the floor behind you, peeking over that right shoulder as if somebody was standing behind you and you were trying to catch a glance at them. Either stay here or maybe try for a little bind by rotating the palm away from you, tucking the arm around your bent leg, and maybe reaching behind you to see if you can bear grip the fingertips behind you, or maybe grab hold of your left wrist with the right fingertips, or maybe use a belt, a strap, or a hand towel to find a connection between those two hands. Just play where you're comfortable. The whole time looking for that length through the spine, making sure both of your bum bones are staying anchored and gently peeking over that back shoulder towards the back of your mat. Then ease your way back to center. We're going to come to a modified heron. You're going to reach for the undercarriage of your left foot, hand over hand. So you're crossing the wrists and you're going to extend that leg out in front of you, maybe bending softly through the elbows as you think of drawing that limb closer towards your chest. If this is not happening for you, maybe grabbing hold of the calves or higher up along the chain of your leg, or using a belt or a strap to hold on to that foot. Keep bracing into your supported leg. Keep your bum bones equally weighted. And then take that extended right leg, bend the knee, and tuck into easy sit one more time, this time leading with the left leg in front of the right. Close your eyes, take your focus in, place your palms, hands down on the knees, and look for that length through the spine as you melt the shoulders away from your ears, anchoring through both bum bones. Take a big breath in, and on a soft exhale, open your eyes and float to the left, taking a gentle twist, using the back of your hand to push on the outside of the left knee, looking for length in the spine as you come into your twist. Keeping your breathing long, relaxed, and even. Ease your way back to center and find your modified head to knee Janusasana by extending your left leg, placing the sole of the right foot on the inside of the left leg, running your hands down, trying to reach crossover wrist position as you grab the undercarriage of your left foot, thinking nose to knee, maybe gently flaring your elbows out and finding the fold that works for you. Still your mind, soften your breath, relax your muscles, don't tense them as you come into the fold. Softly peel up along the center line. Keep your left leg extended and start drawing the right knee up towards the ceiling, placing the sole of the foot on the inside of the left leg. You're going to twist to the right, grabbing opposite elbow to knee, and you're going to hug that thigh in towards your chest as you come into your first variation of your mariachi twist. Keep peeking over that back shoulder, keep your bum bones equally weighed, and look for that length. Then maybe electing to take the twist in the opposite direction, hooking your right tricep on the inside of your right knee, pushing with the back of your arm, resisting or squeezing in with the knees as you come into your twist, reaching long and lengthened through the right fingertips and finding that length through the spine first. If you would like to play in the bind, rotate the hand away, trying to wrap around that bent knee, tucking the hand behind your bottom, and then reaching the other hand behind your back. Either a little bear grip, or maybe holding on to the wrist line of your right hand with your left fingertips. Find what works for you. Keep the belly button softly pulled in to center. As you come out of the bind, reach hand over hand for the undercarriage of your right foot and come into a modified heron pose, Crouchasana. Look for that length through the spine. Try not to round out. Look for length. Look for that grace through the spine as you maybe gently bend the elbows. From here, we're going to come into a supine position and we're just going to use a hollow hold fall back to get onto the mat. Dropping the legs, hollowing out through your body, almost forming a U frame, and just softly lengthening through the fingertips and the toes. Then transitioning, keeping that hollow frame, bending one knee at a time and hugging it in towards your chest, keeping that soft contraction through the core and just making the movement playful and dynamic. Then hold the right knee and ease your way down onto the back. Maybe gently interlacing your hands around that knee and squeezing in towards your chest on the exhale, On the inhale, allow the knee to softly draw away from the chest. Maybe giving me a soft shooting breath through the mouth as you squeeze in. Maybe doubling up on both sides and coming into a soft, almost rocking motion on the lower back as you squeeze both knees in simultaneously towards the chest. Nice little cleansing breath, Pavanmuktasana, purging all of the stale air and blood from the lower viscera and lungs on the exhale. Morphing from here into happy baby by pointing the soles of your feet up to the ceiling, reach around for the undercarriage of your foot, bend the knees and pull down on the feet. As the knees come in towards your chest, allow them to splay around your chest and aim towards your armpit, and then rock the weight back into your tailbone as if you were trying to get the sacrum area to imprint into the mat. Then drop the arms long and lengthened at your side and cross the right leg over the left as if you were sitting cross-legged on a couch. Scoop to peel up off the shoulders and reach opposite hand to foot. Then gently peel your way back down to the mat and just think of softly trying to hug the soles of your feet in towards your hip line. Keep your chin line soft and your neckline soft. Try not to tense through the jawline or the neck. Make your shoulder blades nice and heavy into the mat. Keep your breathing long, lengthened, and even. Then give me a soft T-frame through the arms, either keeping your current leg crossover position or taking your right toes and trying to tuck them behind the calf of the left foot, coming into an eagle bind, Garudasana, through the legs. Either staying here, just trying to find the leg bind, or take a big inhale in to prepare. And on the exhale, start rotating to the left, dropping both knees down as close to the floor as you can, while floating your head in the opposite direction and trying to keep your anchoring position through the right shoulder. Only taking it down as far as your body wants to play. You could even take a yoga block and wedge it underneath the bottom knee for a little bit of support. Inhale to come back to center. Uncross your legs, place your hands palms down on the knees, and just begin tracing a little circular release through the legs, maybe 3 revolutions in one direction, and then changing it up and giving me 3 in the opposite. Place the soles of your feet on the mat, and then gently find that modified single leg stretch by stooping, finding that hollow frame on the mat, extending one leg and bending or hugging one knee in at a time. Then ease your way back down onto the mat, hugging the left knee in towards your chest as you relax your right leg long and lengthened to the mat. On the inhale, allow the knee to draw away, and on the exhale, squeeze it. Start noticing your breath pattern. Sync your movement to your breath. When you're ready, start transitioning and hug both knees in at the same time, getting a soft, almost rocking motion going in your lower back. Squeeze out all the excess stale air as you hug the knees in towards your chest. Really squeeze in. From here, transition into your happy baby, reaching for the undercarriage of your feet. As you bend the knees in towards your armpits, try to relax the tailbone into the mat. Keep the weight bearing equal on both sides of your spine and look for quiet calm. Let go of the undercarriage of your feet. Drop the arms long and lengthened at your side and cross the left leg over the right. Scoop to peel up, reaching opposite hand, foot, and just softly hugging the soles of your feet in towards your hip line as you relax the head and the torso onto the mat. Trying to keep the shoulders heavy. Try to relax your jawline and your neckline. Then let go of the feet and open up your arms into a soft T-frame, trying to come into your eagle bind by tucking behind the calf of the bottom leg. Take a big breath in, and when you're ready, start rotating the legs, dropping them to the right as you look to the left. Work slowly, work with control, and only take it down as far as your body wants to go. Try to keep anchoring through the left shoulder as you come into that little eagle twist on the back. Ease your way softly back to center. Unbind your legs, place your hands palms down on the knees, and start tracing that little circular release through the hips and the lower back, giving me a few revolutions in each direction. And then from here, ease your way into Shavasana, corpse pose. Drag the big toes along the mat as the legs come into extension. Rotate the inner thighs out, allowing the toes to point to the corner of the mat. Drop the arms at your side, palms up. Lift both shoulder blades off the mat, tuck them behind you like little wings. Close your eyes, take your focus inward, and settle your body into the mat. Keep your eyes closed for the next couple of minutes as we run through a little nidra or relaxation exercise. Visualize yourself floating on a beautiful, soft, white, fluffy cloud. Wriggle your toes and feel a softness from the end point of each toe extending in towards the arch and the bridge of your foot. Allow that softness to extend through the ankle line, to bleed through the shin bone, the calf muscles becoming soft, your knees becoming soft and relaxed. Allow that softness to extend through the top of your thighs, into the hamstring, the quad, the femur bone itself. Soften your hip bones, soften your rib cage, soften your chest. Relax the shoulder blades, the upper back, the middle back, the lower back. Soften and relax your bum cheeks. Soften each one of your fingers and allow them to curl in towards your palm line. Soften your wrists. Relax your forearms, your elbows, your bicep, your tricep. Make the collarbones soft. Allow that softness to extend through the neck, to bleed into the jawline. Open your mouth slightly and create a little gap between the top and the lower row of teeth, allowing a space for your tongue to hang limply in your mouth. Soften your eyeballs and allow them to roll back weightlessly into the eye sockets. Take your focus back towards your breath and think of floating, drifting weightlessly on that soft, white, fluffy cloud. Body soft, breath soft, mind calm, yet focused. Don't try to control your breaths. Just keep your inhalation and exhalation soft, long, and relaxed. Soften your whole body from the tips of your toes to the very crown of your head. Very gently, start bringing your focus back into the room. Become aware of your surroundings and where you are. When you're ready, and in no particular rush at all, bend the knees and maybe softly connect the soles of your feet to the mat, just relaxing your lower back for a few counts. Before maybe gently hugging the knees in towards your chest and gently cradle rocking your lower back out from side to side. Roll over onto the side of your body, preferably the right side of your body, in a soft fetal pose, Parsvagarbhasana, using your bottom arm as a long extended pillow or maybe bending at the elbow and tucking it in underneath you. Top hand maybe softly braced over the legs or maybe palm down on the mat in front of you. Just stay here for a couple of soft, relaxed, deep breath cycles, keeping your whole body soft and pliant. When you're ready, push up and ease your way into a seated position of your choice. Maybe easy sit, just tucking with one leg in front of the other, Sukhasana, or maybe easing your way into a half or a full lotus line, just depending on how you're feeling. Close your eyes, take your focus inwards, lengthen through the spine, soften the shoulders away from your ears, and then bring your hands to a gentle prayer line in front of your heart center, allowing the elbows to softly track down towards the mat. Just find a soft but sturdy connection between the two palms so that it feels like there's a light buzz or hum of energy, prana, flowing through your body. Tap into that quiet, calm energy and allow it to sustain you for the days to come. Namaste to you all. Thank you so much for coming out and joining me for today's class. I really do hope that you enjoyed today's class. Give me a thumbs up if you did enjoy. Remember to share with me your comments and your feedback. Use the display below or reach out to me on social media. Remember to always be subscribed with your notifications on. I shall see you all for playtime on the mat on Monday. Till then, keep it light.